Finally, I'm here with my tutorial. Thank you for joining YQ Fashion World. So here is the fascinator we are talking about. And these are the items we'll be needing. We need some glues. We need that foam. The thickness of that foam is 2 inches by 2 inches. And I have my fabric there, which I've cut to 25 inches by 3.5. I have 2 pieces of fabric there. Okay. All right, so the next thing you see me do now is I'm going to take up the foam and I'm going to divide it into 2 because I need 2 inches by 1 inch each. Okay, so you see me do that shortly. Okay, all right, so thank you for joining me once again. My name remains Bisoye Alieme. My name remains Bisoye Alieme, and I'll be bringing more. This is my first YouTube video, so please bear with me. Whatever thing you are saying today, we're going to get better as time goes by, okay? So I'm dividing my foam into 2, so that will be 1 inch by 2 inches thickness, and shortly you see me wrapping it up with the fabric, okay? So just watch along. And please, this is my first YouTube video. Please subscribe to this channel so that we can do more. All right, okay. So you see me wrapping it up now. And if anything you want me to do more, please just tell me in the comment section and I'll read them. And I will get back to you. I pray God give me more strength, to do this, because this one, all is well. So here I'm using the clip there. That's my wonder clip to hold the fabric edges together before I will take it to my sewing machine to do the sewing. Okay. Okay, so you see me doing that, and I'm still going to do the same thing to the second one. That's to the second foam. So you see me, just keep watching. Sorry, this video is a little bit lengthy. I will work on, fast forwarding and doing all that, but I had to do this one in a rush because I know time was going fast, and I promised some set of people I was going to do it today. And actually, I would have sent it to individuals one after the other, but I think this would be the best time for me to start this YouTube channel because I've been postponing it for like 3 years now. And so we are going to do this one. So you can see me. All right. So next, you see me go to my sewing machine and we are going to sew the edges. So here I changed my sewing machine foot, from the regular one to the zipper foot. So you see me using the zipper foot there, and that's what I'm using now. So I keep sewing. You sew it very tightly, make it super tight so that you have a good finishing. All right. So just keep watching. Can you see me tucking in the foam properly, making it super tight? Okay. So that's basically what you need to do, so you can just get a glimpse of what I've been doing. Can you see? That's why I used a little bit, I used the contrasting thread so that you guys can see it more clearly, because if I had used the color of the fabric thread, you might not have been able to see it. So that's it. And I did the same thing, to the second fabric. You see me? I'll show you the two just right now. Can you see that? All right, so that's the second one. And the next thing we are going to do now is take our glue gun, and we are going to gum the 2 foams together. If you don't have a glue gun, fine, you can work with the other gum, okay? All right, so you're going to apply your gums on the edges. And another thing I didn't show here, I didn't know my camera didn't show it. I cut some. I trimmed off the edges, sorry, of this. Yes, you can see me showing it off now. I trimmed off the excess of the sewing stitches, the seam allowance, and And also I cut out some of the foam. I cut about, I think maybe like 3 inches or so from the foam, so that I can have some loose ends there for me to close up. You know, I had 25 inches and my head circumference is 22 inches. Okay, so I cut out 3 because I need to have some allowance to close it up at the edges. And also note that when you are sewing with foam, it sort of like shrink the fabric a little, maybe like an inch or thereabout. Okay, so we move to the gumming. You can see me. So you apply the gum. You apply the gum straight to in between. Can you see how I'm doing like that? Okay, so you keep doing that. If you don't have a glue gun, please, by all means, you can go on with UHU gum, with E6000, B6000, any gum you have, whatever gum. And this foam, I got it from a woodworker, you know, along my street here. So I didn't buy it. I don't know how much it cost in the market. So, and then I used the velcro. I think I showed it in the when I was showing you the items we'll be needing. Okay, I had velcro through. That's what we'll be using to do the closure. Okay, and another thing I didn't show here, of course I will use it eventually, is hook and eye, the one we use for our basic skirt band, trouser band. I use hook and eye for that first green one that I did, because I needed to hold up the edge together from opening up, because you know we need to hold up that edge of the finishing. That's what I mean. Okay, now so I have another fabric here. You can see I've already gummed the 2 foam covered fabric together. So I have this other one, I have 25 inches by 2.5 inch. That's the long one. And this smaller one, eventually I only used one. I used one of 6 inches by 3.5 inches. So please watch me closely with what I'm doing here. What I'm doing here is I want to cover the raw edges, you know, that sewn part of the fabric now of our fascinator, so that it will not be so rough and dirty from the inside. So yeah, that's what I'm going to use that long fabric for. And if you have a Peter sham or any ribbon or scuba, whatever fabric you have, you can use it to cover it up. Yes, that other green one, I use the scuba fabric to cover the inside, but in this one I'm using the same fabric. So what I did here is to create sort of like a buyer's look for myself. Okay, you can see me there folding in the 2 raw edges, and I'm going to gum it over. So here I did not use the glue gun because the glue gun dries up super fast. Okay, so I need to use this one. And here I'll be using our cloth clips, you know, to hold them down. You see me using them shortly. So thank you very much for watching with me. If you are still here with me, that means you love me and I love you too. Please subscribe to this channel. This is YQ Fashion World, and I'm bringing myself now to YouTube very soon. You see me, I'll be dropping so many videos. I think I'm enjoying this. Okay, so if you are enjoying with me, kindly join. You can see that's my cloth clips there. So I'll keep doing that, gumming and placing the bias sort of like cover on it, just to keep the raw edges from showing out, to make the inside neat and super clean. Okay, all right. So my name once again is Bisoye Alieme. I'm so happy and excited to be doing my first YouTube video. Seriously, Koizio. You know, I've been running away from it, editing, joining and pasting, and I'm going to learn how to fast forward, because all these places I'm supposed to super fast forward them. I'm going to learn that too very soon. Don't worry. Next time we won't have more than 10-minute video, you know, on this particular fascinator, because the next one I'll be doing the twisted one, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. Okay, now I'm done. You can see I've covered them. I'll remove the clips because now it's dried, and I'm going to close the edges. Okay, So you see me here. The next thing I'm going to do now is to bring back those our short fabric that I cut, and I'm going to use one. I'm going to shorten the other one. So now I used one. Now I didn't use this two. I eventually used the shorter one. That's the one that's 6 inches by 4 inches, I think. And then the other one, I had to cut a little bit from it. So here I'm using my hot glue gun to bring them together to give me a nice finish in there. And that's what I'm going to use to close up one of the edges. And this other one, yes, I did it, but eventually I cut off some part from it because I needed a short one for that other side. Okay, all right. So you see the next I think shortly after now you see me when I've covered them together. So what you do now is take this strip of fabric. Okay, I'm still trying to gum the other one. If you have your sewing machine close by, just take it to your machine and run a stitch through the two edges there just to close it down. Okay, all right. So the next thing we'll do now is to bring these edges together. So we are going to cover this edge. You can see me doing that with that strip of fabric. That's all we want to do because we are going to make a space for our velcro. That's the magic tape. Now that's what we are going to use there. Okay, so that will be the casing for it, you know. That's the extension we'll be using. So I'm just gluing it down. So I'm going to close that edge. Fine. And then you do same to the other side so that you can keep it in place. Okay, all right. Because my fabric, the fascinator itself that has the foam in it, is a little bit wider than my tapes at the edge. That's why you see me folding the edges back. All right, so then you put more gum and you fold it over. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, just that one will be a little bit shorter. Thank you for watching to this stage with me. God bless you. I'm happy. You are happy. So just keep watching. It's so easy. All right, so you can see me using my clip to hold it down. All right, so that it can stay properly. All right, so you see me now. You can see me, I've done this part, but I'm going to reduce one of the edges soon. You see the next video now will show we have reduced it. So can you see that? Can you see that I've reduced the length of this other side? So I left that place. So now we are going to add our velcro. So the black velcro I wanted to use before, I noticed it was the same side. It does not have the other side, so I had to change to this yellow velcro. I'm still using velcro, please. All right, so I'm gluing it down. Yes, you can take this to your sewing machine and sew them together. Yes. So I'm using the clip once again to hold it down so that I can hold firmly. And the next thing I'm going to do now is you put it on your head because you are making it for yourself, and if you are making it for a client, just measure whatever measurement you need to do, whatever thing a head circumference is. That's what will determine where the next closure will be, the next side of the velcro. And you'll see me soon. I'm going to open it up, put a gum. You can see me now. I've opened it and I'm putting a gum on the other side of the velcro. The two sides are together there. I didn't open it up. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring the other edge of the fascinator and gum it down to exactly where I want it to be. And I will use my clip to hold it down. That's it. And we are getting there super fast. So at this stage, I had to leave it overnight because I needed it to hold firm. So that's it on my mannequin head, enjoying itself till the next morning. Oh, yeah. So that's it. Okay, so here, just bear with me. I did not know my camera was on landscape, or is it portrait? No, it's on portrait. It was not on landscape, so that's why you're having this one. But I'll try as much as possible to explain. I have a fabric here. It depends on how wide you want it, but the measurement I have here is 13 inches by 22 inches. Okay, so I folded it together. It's on fold now, and I'm going to sew the edges. I'm going to sew the edges, and I will leave a space. You know, I have 3 edges here to sew, so I'm going to leave a space in between them, you know, to I'm going to leave a space, sorry, to turn it over. All right, so you can see me showing off that space there. All right, so this is going to be our design for the back. So I've taken it to my machine here, and I'm sewing close the edges, not forgetting that space we are going to leave unsewn to turn out our fabric back to the right side. So just see me there, keep sewing, and here I've taken it back to my machine, and I've changed my machine foot back to the regular sewing foot. You know, I used the zipper foot to sew the foam together. That was why I was able to sew it close to the edge. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to flip it over. Okay, I'm still sewing, just keep watching. Okay, now I'm done. So I'm flipping out my fabric now. So with the help of my scissors, I'm going to bring out all the corners, make them flat and nice, the corners coming out neat and beautiful. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm flipping it over. Okay. Okay, so you can see me using my scissors there to bring out the corners properly. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm taking it back to my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew the edges all the way around, because I want to give it a more sturdy look. I want it to be firm and hold properly at the edge. If you like, you can iron on some interfacing on them to make it a little bit more structured, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I didn't bother doing that. Okay, so that's it. I'm done now, and I'm taking it back to my sewing machine. I'm going to sew it round. So in the process of sewing, I'm going to sew also that opening close. So now I'm done. All you need to do here is just the way you do your normal bow. That's what I just did here. You do your normal bow. I cut out a strip of fabric. That's 3.5 by 3 inches, and I folded it into 2. I folded it into 3, sorry, and I also used it. Okay, there I'm measuring the finished look. I mean the finished square that I have there. Will I call it a rectangle that I have there? Okay, so I made a strip of fabric, like I said earlier. That's 3.5 by 3 inches, and I folded it inward to each other like that, and I took it to my sewing machine to sew it down, and that's what I'm using to close up that center point. Okay, and with the help of my glue, that's the glue gun now, I'm going to hold it together. Yes, you can use your needle and thread here, to fasten it together so that you can have, you know, a more firm sewing, so that it wouldn't come off after a while. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I am only using my glue gun. So just keep watching. I'm just adjusting my bow the way I want it to look, and I'm going to gum it back to the back of the fascinator where I have the velcro. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll be so happy for you people to support this video and support this channel so that I can do more. Yes. So with the help of my glue gun again, I'm going to fix it to the back. Just to watch. Yes, that side where the velcro is, that's where I am going to place it. I am using my glue gun. Okay. Yes, that's how I'm going to. So you can fix it anyhow you want it. This is yours. Do it any way you want it and look beautiful with it. That's why I like glue gun. It dries up fast. So you put it generously. And then you fasten it. That's it. And then you can style it any way you want. Your bow can come to the side of your head. You can put it at the front. Wherever you want it to be. Just do that and you will enjoy it. So that's it. I've gummed it down. And then you see it on my on my mannequin head shortly. Okay. That's it. So can you see that? So you can style it any way you want it, anyhow you want it, just style it. So thank you so much for watching with me. I so much appreciate all my YQ Fashion World family, both on Facebook group and on the page. My friends, families, I want to say thank you. Thank you for encouraging me to do this first video. God bless us all. See you very soon. So here I'm signing off with my with my green autogele. So I will show how to make this particular embellishment in my next video. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Yes, you dance and do your own. So please, when you do yours, please tag me on my Facebook group. You can tag Bisoye Alieme. You can tag me on my Instagram handle, YQ by Bisoye Aliye by Bisoye. Yes, YQ Fashion by Bisoye. And also on Facebook.